And so with your son, for those that may not be familiar, you come into parenthood. How do you go from becoming a father to your son becoming who the world knows as King Na?
Watching this crazy kid um, color on a wall, and me tell him don't color on a wall, color on a refrigerator. Watching him in his little new sneakers jump in the puddle. You know, creativity comes from untapped thoughts. Noise is a language for children that don't know how to speak yet. These are all his words. And it was just too many moments that was bigger than our little household. At the same time, his mother got into a situation where I used to say things under my breath, like, relationships. And I would say, show me two people that genuinely care about one another that separate. I'll show you two people that ran out of information. So me and his mother didn't have the information to have a relationship that lasts, but we created a love that lasts through my son. So I used to be in my bro, like, once we separated, it's like she used to, it's definitely rough on me, put me through a lot of like painful moments. I already thought I was going to be a deadbeat, not because I did anything wrong, but because I became one of the most painful words that existed in my childhood. Father was a curse word.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, like I hated my father with my mother's thoughts. My friends hated their fathers with their mother's thoughts. So father was this bad, negative word. So it's like, man, when I became a father, I'm like, man, I'm one of them deadbeats. Like, so that was already on autopilot in my mind. Um, so again, like it was just a challenge. It was a challenge, and also just like taking the veil off to say, you're gonna be different. You're gonna be great. And that challenged me, like full transparency. You know, I struggled academically my whole life, and not even because I was struggling academically. Neurological pathways, like when your brain wires itself. So literally, like still to this day, sometimes you could catch me off guard. Like you tell me to just read something out of the blue, my nervous system would kick in. Simple words I know is like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because like my nervous system was still wired to jump on his desk, throw this book, run.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so literally, like I just put everything into him, and those investments, my tears, my pain, my heartache, everything. Like I poured everything into that soul. And as parents, like we believe in this quote unquote culture of parenting, and I think we're doing a disservice. I ain't do grades. Ain't no grades. Like my mother used to give you a coat, and even if it dragged on the floor, you're gonna grow into it. So I gave my son big information so he could get on stage, talk for 2 hours. He is brilliant, was brilliant. So we was in the libraries, we was in the books, I homeschooled him before the pandemic. Like I gave my all.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to rap first, so he wouldn't sit down. We would go to events. I started like working in the youth organizations. He would jump on stages. He would convince people. He could talk. Like so everywhere we go, no matter where we went, somebody would have big eyes like, hey, that's your son. And this was happening everywhere. We'll go to the park. I'll be sitting on the bench. I'll just look up all the parents. My son got the kids doing jumping jacks. 40 kids. Hey, all the kids, they off the swings.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, okay, now sit down. He just running. He just was a light and is a light. So that turned into everything he was doing, everything he was saying. He got in trouble for being that kid in school though, because it didn't match. School likes to dim that light. So, but without being long-winded, that turned into Tanzania, Namibia, Johannesburg. That turned into today in Forbes, the most motivational kid in America. That turned into Dubai, Puerto Rico, Barbados, Little Big Shots, Good Morning America. Like that turned into that, but it was pain, it was adversity, it was that cocoon phase because the opposite would have been me becoming a deadbeat. And to be honest, they related. It's related because I was like this when my son mother was like, I was like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like when you're not allowed to like be there, when you're not allowed to exist, especially when it's a heavy wound already, it's so easy to go like, I don't care. And then it was like, you know, y'all go like this. It was close, you know what I'm saying? Because the pain is so deep. And like when I got the opportunity, my son mother got into a situation. And again, like I was having that silent conversation, and one day I woke up and my son mother was in a situation. It was like, come pick up your son, not her, because she went through something. And like boom, I had to get like full custody of my son, and I was like, I didn't know what to do, and I just did. You know what I'm saying? I would say you can't hold on and jump at the same time. I jumped into his destiny, his story, and then that turned into King Now.